You know, sometimes you look for sketches you made, and you look in every book that you have, in every sketchbook, and you feel like you are an idiot because you can't find it, and you think you are missing at least one book, and then it turns out you made the sketch digitally. Today we want to do a leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day, or let's say a guy who looks like a leprechaun, similar to a leprechaun. You know what I mean. I made this sketch, and here you see it, for a guy, a bit of a show-off, bragging guy, but, one of those who would say, save a horse, ride a cowboy, but with a twinkle in his eye. That's why he has these rainbow scratch marks leading to not the pot of gold, my dear. Anyway, I want to use this one. I don't really know who it is. Is it the Hold Tight guy? I don't know. Anyway, he has a piercing. I really wanted that. Or I want to use him because of that, because I wanted to give the leprechaun guy a piercing anyway. He will be heavy, or he will have a lot of tattoos in the end, and I will now remove his factory paint and his very unfortunate hairdo, and we will see us when that is done. He is cleaned and not hairy anymore. Now I want to give him some hair, and I have this acrylic yarn. I do have some more, but it is one of those color changing yarns, and this is the orange part that I think is quite nice as a hair color for him. And yeah, because I want to use yarn for him, don't ask me why, I just feel yarn would work nicely. I want to try something different, and I should have needles that are far longer than this, but I don't know where, so we do this the more difficult way. So and what I want to do is, when I have this through, let's tie a knot. Maybe 2 knots. We are quite naughty today. And now I have my scissors in the other room again. That's far too long, but anyway. So, yeah, I think we have to shorten that later, but you get the idea. And yeah, we do this again and again. And because, as I said, my scissors are in the other room, I will go over there and do that without you. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the first one so you get an idea how it works, because that is a technique I don't see used that often, and afterwards we can just open this and brush it out. I guess we will see us when I am going to do that. We have the rooted hats. We have 2 kinds of flocking, one for the sides, one for the beard and maybe a bit of eyebrows, but Those we will need after the repaint. Now we want to brush out the hair. And here you see a person using a brush, possibly for the first time in your life. Because of that, I speeded everything up. I guess you know how brushing out yarn works by now. Anyway, because I wanted him to have quite a lot of piercings, I planned for the snake bites, for the septum, and at least 1 or 2 ear piercings. The eyebrow piercing obviously already was there. I tried to heat up needles and give him a rather radical acupuncture. I left the needles in there to cool down, just to make sure that the holes for the piercings stay open. I wanted to do this before I did the repaint, just to make sure that there is no cracking at all. Both of those things, the brushing out and doing the piercing thing. Because experimenting with it all when it's already repainted went wrong for me once. I won't do that again. Attention! I will remove the camera or move the camera while recording now. So everyone who gets dizzy quite fast, skip the next part. 1, 2, 3, let's go! I have a bit of space left in this corner behind my microphone. Let me show you. There is some space left. And to prevent me from stuffing some things there so it won't look like this, I want to make a quick backdrop or a thing for my dolls to sit there. And so I wandered off to my side quest to make a completely unnecessary corner room that more or less is like a break room for the dolls that are decapitated, waiting for their heads to get on again. Anyway, after building the base room, I was so amused that I had to build some furnitures, and yeah, let's say I had quite a lot of fun. I wanted to have a surface where I can put my doll-sized coffee maker and yeah, the espresso machine from the Miniverse capsules, and I wanted to have a kind of a place where I can hang my bathing ropes that I made so far, and one that I had from these fashion fail dolls, and where I can put the wraps for the hair. So after building that, it was time to decorate the place, because let's face it, we can't have a place close to our desk that isn't decorated. I can't be all that mad about doing this highly unnecessary room because in the end I think it looks quite cute and quite funny to have the decapitated dolls sitting there. Funny enough, I was not able to find my bathing robe that I made for the Monster High dolls, so our little guy is sitting there naked still, but who cares? And I had an unbelievably great time decorating this tiny room. I don't know why. It brought me so much joy to finally use some of the items I bought to basically do doll photography, which I never did because, yeah, the doll photography is my least favorite part of the whole process, so Maybe it was a dumb idea, but now I have all that stuff that I can't use because it's too modern for my dolls. But yeah, at least now I have some things that I think are hilarious, like the espresso machine and the coffee maker in the corner, that have a permanent place. And the dolls have a permanent place where they can wait while they are either repainted or getting dressed. So, yay! So everyone, we have a hat. We need a repaint. Very first step, I want to sketch his face in. After I broke off one of my pencils multiple times, I then found out something. You should replace your pencil sharpener from time to time. After I used another one, I got the sharpest tips I ever had. Gosh, that was so amazing. I always struggle with that, and I have my Faber-Castell sharpener that I love, but obviously it breaks the pencils, so yay. And when I used another one, it worked so well. It worked splendidly, so yeah. What does this tell you about me, that I had to turn 38 to figure out that changing your pencil sharpener from time to time is very efficient. Normally I just change it if it breaks or if I lose it, so yay me, I guess. After his face was repainted, it was time for his tattoos. And I had decided on using mostly, or I think only, Irish symbols. He has the Claddock ring on, I think it's Claddock, on his chest, which is a symbol for eternal love, I think. If I'm wrong and you know it better, please correct me in the comments. Yeah, the Claddock symbol on his chest, a harp on his shoulder, I think triquetras, a three-knotted thing on his wrist, and then on his other arm, basically a cloud with a sun where a rainbow goes down around the shamrock, the clover leaf, down to the pot of gold. And obviously his scratch marks, but I told you about those in the beginning. Yeah. I made all of his tattoos by first sketching them in with a light gray and then using darker grays up to black and white to darken them, make them a little bit more nicer. Some of them I just shaded, especially the sleeve tattoo that he has. Yeah, but I have to admit, as complicated as it was quite fun. Will I draw tattoos on all of my dolls from now on? No, never. But still, I had quite some fun doing this. So, yay! After that was done, it was time to straighten his hair and glue on some flocking. First, of course, after straightening, I did cut his hair in a more appropriate hairstyle. Then glued on the flocking. After that was dry, he got his piercings by me tediously bending gold wire into shape. I didn't have gold jump rings, so I had to bend it myself. If you want to give a doll piercings, use jump rings. Don't try to bend it yourself. It was annoying. There was this moment when I thought, I think this guy needs some underwear. Because he is such a little macho, bragging, show-off guy. I thought that I had those pictures in mind of guys having their pants halfway open and, you know? I was too lazy to sew him some, and I thought because I already had the costume done, I did do the costume 2 years ago, and waited for it to use it, finally. I decided to paint that on, the molded underwear. It makes him look very, don't know. I think that was very, very, very strange looking. But anyway, After dressing him up in his regular clothing, you weren't able to see that anymore, so I'm fine with him in the end. Let's take a look at the finished pictures. I hope you did enjoy this, and I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day, if you celebrate it or not. Have a great time, and until next time. Bye.